Diabetes can have an effect on all parts of your life, including when dating, but it doesn't have to become a hindrance. Whilst diabetes doesn't need to get in the way of dating, there are some situations where it should be taken into account. It is up to you when you want to mention your diabetes. Ideally, you'll pick a time when you feel comfortable, but generally, the earlier you bring it up, the better. It is your choice when to mention your diabetes. Ideally, you'll pick a time when you feel most comfortable, but generally, the earlier you bring it up, the better. It may be more important for some people to bring it up earlier. For instance, if you're on medication, particularly insulin, it's important to let your date know early on so that they fully understand what you are doing. Something of a worst case scenario would be if you're on your first date and you find yourself having to explain your diabetes after having suffered a hypo. If you are susceptible to hypos, it makes sense to let your date know early on. This way they won't be in for a shock should a hypo occur. Also, the symptoms of a hypo can sometimes be mistaken for drunkenness, so letting them know will help to reassure them. If you take injections, you'll have to decide how openly you want to perform them. Some people may be unfazed by insulin jabs, particularly if they have a friend or a family member with diabetes. However, some people may struggle with seeing injections, or at least need a bit of time to get used to them. If you intend to inject in front of your date, let them know first. This way they can let you know if they have a fear of injections, and so that they won't be taken aback. Some people worry how their date will react to their diabetes, but try not to be too troubled by this. Sure, there's the possibility that some people might be put off by it, but the truth is that most people won't be fazed. Also, consider where you may be eating or drinking. Some restaurants or bars, especially fast food outlets, can present more difficulties in controlling your blood sugar levels, so bear this in mind too. If your diabetes requires more direct treatment, so medication or, in particular, insulin injections, it really helps to be well prepared before a date. You should make sure you have any testing or injection kits with you, and bring some sweets so that you can avoid or quickly treat any hypos. Hypos can cause problems at any time, including when having sex. Sex can create some additional problems for diabetes management, and again, it helps if you've mentioned that you have diabetes earlier on. If you're on insulin, you need to remember that sex can lower your blood sugar levels, just like exercise can. In order to prevent a hypo, you may need to take some form of sugar or carbohydrates beforehand, and essentially treat it the same way as exercising. You may wish to test your blood sugar levels afterwards to make sure that they're healthy. Diabetes can lead to difficulties in performance, especially for men who may have trouble getting or maintaining an erection, and climax can be harder for both men and women. Try not to let diabetes be a problem for you. There's no reason it should come between you and a date. Being open about your condition will be both polite and also let them know what is happening should an emergency situation arise, such as you having a hypo.